All right, Empire. What's up? This is Joshua Woodward. I'm really excited because today's going to be kind of the start of something different that we're doing. It is going to be my 15-minute rant. So I'm going to take 15 minutes. Right now, it is 11:26 a.m. in sunny California. No storms, no nothing. And I'm going to take the next 15 minutes to kind of rant about something that I feel passionate about. So we're going to do some of these, kind of test them. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to talk about a specific subject or have questions, let me know. Okay, I'm getting into it. So you guys have heard my passion before, and you guys have heard some of the things that I feel strongly about. And one of those biggest things for me personally is family, community, and stability. Now, I understand that it's kind of a common theme through everybody, but the one thing that I want to touch on today is community and the importance of community. Now, why why community? Well, I am in Northern California. I went to a ministry school up here, and one of the things I realized is every 3 years, friends go away. They're done with the schooling, and some don't even stay through the full 3 years. And all of a sudden, they're gone. And I recognize that community is the one thing that keeps me sane. I work from home all day. I do the podcast. I do my eBay stuff, and just do general ecom sales. So for me, I'm working alone, and not having that community around me, it gets taxing, guys. And I know a lot of you are in the same boat as I am. What are you doing about it though? Because it's easy to just stay there, and for me, it's really easy to not take that extra step. One of the biggest areas for me in struggling in the past 3 years, and we've been here in Redding, California for about 4 years now, and one of the biggest struggles for me is actually reaching out to new people. I've been burned before, and especially just with this community, not a lot of people here in Redding are doing this. And so for me, I get sad, and I'm like, man, I don't really want to connect with other people. I don't really want to pursue that. I don't really want to go after that because I'm just going to lose another friend, or those partnerships aren't going to work out, or I don't need it. I can be here alone. I'm fine. I have my wife. It's good. I have my hobbies that I do. The reality, guys, is that's not going to work. And my wife can't be everything for me. My job can't be everything for me. The YouTube subscribers or podcast listeners, you guys aren't everything for me. So I actually need something to maintain my mental stability. And as entrepreneurs, it's easy to get caught up in that next idea, or get excited about that next thing, or anticipate that that's going to solve all of your problems. The reality is it won't. And that's a hard reality to face. It's a hard reality to kind of catch into terms that, like, it's not going to satisfy the deepest need in your heart. We as beings are social beings. I was just listening to this podcast about somebody talking about the need, in a sense, the need for community, and the need for, it's our carnal nature to want to be with people. And there needs to be a new standard of definition of being a loner, in a sense, or shy. And I totally agree, because for me, I'm not a shy person. I love talking with people. I wanted to be a counselor. I wanted to have that relationship. And I realized as I started doing e-commerce, that piece of me started dying. And I know this is resonating for some people. And for those of you who doesn't, congratulations. You're probably doing a great job at community, and you may not even realize it. So whether that's a church community, a softball team, whether it's even connecting with your kids' parents, or your kids' parents, your kids' their friends' parents, or whatever it is, whatever it looks like, being a part of a social group, meetups, or I know for Instagram, there's Instagram meetups. I know that people like Chris Green are on the forefront of meeting up and actually meeting with other people in the ecom community. And let me tell you, that is the best thing you can do for yourself. You need to have other people. You need to have people investing in you, and you need to be investing in others. You're never full. You're always going to have that thing lacking inside of you of like, man, for me, I get depressed. Sitting in this room all the time is really depressing unless I'm actually getting outside. Sometimes I'll just go work at Starbucks, and I've built community there, and I know the people that work there, and I'm a part of my church community and pushing into other things. Like my wife, Hannah, she's been bugging me. I've always loved playing baseball, and we have a ton of softball leagues here, and she's been driving me crazy with wanting me to get a part of these softball communities. And we saw a pair of cleats pop up on the internet, and it was like $10, and so I went and bought them. They were my size. It was on Craigslist, and got those. And then we were at a garage sale the next week and doing some stuff for our businesses, and then I saw a mitt, and it was like the perfect glove, like genuinely just a beautiful glove. The guy sold it to me for $5. So I'm like, I don't have any more excuses at this point. And then my wife's like, okay, I got a contact for the guy who runs the softball league, and I need to go. She's like, go contact him. And for some reason in me, there's this fear, and I'll get vulnerable with you guys. It's hard. It's hard reaching out. It's hard being vulnerable. And even if it's something like playing softball, like the thought process of what if they don't like me? What if I'm not that good? What if it doesn't work out? What if? I know I said what if. Sorry, guys. But taking that step, and guys, I'm gonna update you on this because I need the accountability to it. But I'm gonna choose to go email this guy and get in contact with him and join a team. But I want you guys to do the same. For those of you who are working on e-commerce all day, and you get done and you walk outside that room, or walk outside that garage, or walk outside that office, and you don't have a community, I encourage you to actually step out and change something about that. Post on your local Facebook groups or post up on the Facebook groups and ask, hey, is somebody in such and such city? Because I want to meet up with them. You guys need to develop community. Call an old friend. Go spend some time with an old friend. I know it can be intimidating. And I know, there may be stuff that comes up with that of like, I don't want to be rejected or whatever it is. I just go and do it. You don't have any more excuses. Like, I'm going to push into it. You can push into it. Let me know how it goes. If you guys need support, if you need help, I love doing this kind of stuff. I love connecting with you guys, and I want to help you. So my 15 minutes, I'm about at 10 minutes now. You guys, I know the value, and I know what it does to my heart when I go out and meet people. I recently sat down with a friend who, my wife is in, gosh, guys, I'm realizing as I'm talking that my wife is such an incredible source for getting friends. I need to do something on my own. But this is the reality, guys. We get comfortable in the situation we're at, and I'm being vulnerable because I want to actually create a stir in you guys that if you are alone, if you are doing stuff alone, that kind of realizing that emptiness. And for those of you who don't have it and really like being alone, that's great. But at some point, you're going to need it. And at some point, you're going to want to reach out and build a community and be a part of something bigger than yourself. And I encourage you to go out and do that. Now, I'm sitting with my wife goes to this girls group. They hang out and just talk. It's awesome. I love it. And one of the girls' husbands is this crazy entrepreneur in our city. And so she's like, hey, you guys need to get connected. And so I actually reached out to have him on a podcast, and he was like, hey, let's just meet and talk. We ended up talking for like 2 hours and totally hit it off, and have developed this friendship now that previously I probably wouldn't have even thought of. Like, he's an awesome guy. I totally dig the guy, but like I wouldn't have thought of that being a dynamic relationship that ultimately is going to lead to great things in the future. And not just partnerships. Like, I'm not just in it for a partnership. I really, like, we both have the same heart for our city. We both want to see this city change. We want to see it grow, and from a monetary standpoint. So it developed into this, and we're gonna hang out again, and I'm really excited about. But it was scary. And it was this first step of like, okay, I'm choosing to engage with friendship, and I'm choosing to take that step, to take that jump, that leap. A few days later, I got in contact with a friend of mine who lives here in the city, and I was like, hey man, let's hang out. And that ended up being another fantastic or just relationship building moment where I realized I'm feeling full, and I get home and my wife is like, you seem so much happier. You seem so much happier, and I got to work on Monday and I felt so much happier. And I wanted to do this, guys. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to be talking with you. I wanted to be developing new things and talking with new people. But if I hadn't gotten that, let's just use cups for a sense. My family always uses love cups. How's your love cup feeling? So my friend cup was freaking empty. And until I stepped out and made that cup wasn't full. And so my challenge to you is, first off, assess how is your friendship cup feeling? How are you doing in general? And then my next challenge to you guys is actually get that full if it's not. Don't rely on your spouse. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I love my wife more than anything on this earth, but she cannot be my everything. And to put her as best friend, wife, partner, and all of this, put that on her plate and say, you have to fulfill all these roles. It's not fair. So for those of you who feel like that might be a possibility, that might be happening for you, and those of you who are single, if you have one friend, like, you need to have multiple friends. Like, try to branch out, do something new, go to a coffee shop and just work from there. I promise that something inside of you, we're built as humans to need to be around other people and to be needed. That's huge. You need to be needed. There's a need for that. So that's my 15-minute rant. I'm going to close out here, guys. But seriously, thank you for choosing to watch this, number one. And thank you for being a part of the community. I so appreciate all of our viewers. And if you guys have questions, if you have things that you want me to address in my 15-minute rants, I am more than happy to do so. I'm really excited that I get a chance just to talk to you guys. It is one of the joys of my day, and I'm excited for what's coming next. So if you guys have questions, if you guys want to check out any of our other videos, please go do so. And comment. Our goal is to spread this to as many people as possible. And the more times you guys like, the more times you guys comment, the more the algorithm of YouTube actually helps us. So that's my spiel. I really do appreciate you guys, even if you never like anything or never do anything with this. I appreciate that you chose to listen to this, and hopefully my vulnerability and my raw honesty gets to you guys, and it actually creates some life change for you. So until next time, Empire, have a fantastic day.